Julian Edelman, 3-time Super Bowl champion, here with us today. How are you, sir? Good to see you.
I'm good. Where is Zolak?
He's sick.
Whatever happened to no days off? I mean,
Seriously.
this guy preaches this all day long, and Zoe's out here, hanging out with the owls. You can't get up with the early birds.
No, there's a comma after no. It's no days off. That's what it is.
It's true, though.
Yeah.
Dependability is the most important ability, right?
That's my guy. I wanted to see. Well, let's go, Zoe.
Are you coming to New Orleans next week?
I am. Are you guys? When you guys getting there?
We're going to be there all week starting Monday.
Oh my!
So
Be there Tuesday.
All right, good. Stop on by. You'll be able to see Zoe. He'll be recovered from this illness, whatever it is. He claims to have a very high fever right now, chills. He's very sick. We're all praying for him.
I'll be sure to pray for him as well. They take a couple of leave, get on the air, Bubs. Let's go.
Julian Edelman with us today, courtesy of Angel Soft. That's nice. Angel Soft is introducing a big game. Is this potty-tunity? Is that what we're calling this?
A potty-tunity, boys. Okay, we all know we are so glued to our television during the Super Bowl, whether it's the game or the ads. Angel Soft is going to act like that little beautiful angel on that packaging and give you an opportunity for 30 seconds to give you the opportunity to go pee or poo or whatever you need to do. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. I made that up on hand right now. But this commercial is literally designed for you to go use the restroom. Brilliant marketing, brilliant campaign, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
It is really brilliant. I'm just wondering, though, how much you get paid for something like that, Julian, if you're on a commercial where the only purpose is for people not to watch it.
Have you ever heard the term, you don't count other people's pockets?
No, I haven't heard that. Can we do that right now?
Don't count my pockets or my coins, Bubs. You did for 12 straight years, okay? Can I just have a couple of my own shekels?
That's a good point. That's fair. Fair enough.
I'm sure you are very pleased, and we're happy to hear that your old offensive coordinator, a guy who I know you're very close to, and Josh McDaniels is coming back to New England and is going to run the offense. What was your reaction to the news, and what do you think that means for the Patriots offense in 2025 and beyond?
I think it's amazing. I think it's awesome because it's continuity. For so long, Bill handled the team and the defense, special teams, and kind of like let Josh do it. I mean, he had his keys and everything what our offense had to do. But, when you have someone that's had the experience of what Josh has had, he's developed young quarterbacks. He had Mac Jones in the Pro Bowl. So, that's a kudos. And then to be able to have head coaching experience with a guy like Vrabes, who's that alpha, I just think it's a great match. Still think that Mayo got the short end of the stick of this thing, but I think this is great for the organization as well.
Do you think they should have kept Mayo for another year, Julian, just see how it would work out with him?
I don't know. I'm not going to get into that. I think that he really wasn't prepared for success. In the whole process of they didn't spend any money last year, and a lot of it was a tough road to climb, but I'm happy for Vrabel. I love Vrabes, great friend. I think he's got experience, and I think he's going to bring some toughness to this team that they need to have. It was a little weird last year. It just felt they just felt too much. There's too much talk about toughness, let's just go be tough.
The role that you played in the offense, the same way Wes Welker played it or Troy Brown played it, does that player exist on this team when you look at the Patriots right now? Because it does involve toughness. It does involve dependability. It does involve being the guy that just kind of makes it go all the time on important plays. Or do they still need that guy?
Time will tell that. Pop Douglas has had some good plays and some good experience that he's learned. I don't think that any of these guys have had, a coach like McDaniels that knows how to to find that kind of guy. I don't know Van Pelt very well. I don't know how that whole offense was, but I can guarantee going forward with Josh, there's going to be a guy that is going to probably rise up to that occasion. It could be a tight end, it could be a slot, it could be anyone. But there's certainly guys out there that could do it. It's just you're going to have to get on the same trust level as the quarterback, the offensive coordinator, and you're going to have to prove it day in, day out in practice, or you're not going to be able to do it. So I can assure you that's the process. I don't know if they have the guy on there. There's guys there. I didn't think their receiver core was as bad as everyone said it was this year. They just couldn't block anyone to get the receivers the ball.
What did you think of what you saw out of Drake Maye this past season, and what kind of jump do you think he can make under Josh McDaniels in year 2?
I was really impressed with Drake Maye this year. He surpassed how I thought he was going to play. He showed a lot of toughness. I loved his attitude. I loved his body language. There's still a whole lot of little things he needs to clean up. He needs to get his feet set a lot more when he's making throws, and I'm sure fundamentally Josh will get him right on those types of things, and I think that'll happen more the more he gets comfortable with the system. When you know where you're going with the football, your feet are going to know where to be, and I think he'll continue to get better. But to show the amount of toughness he had, that's something that I liked seeing last year. Didn't have excuses for when he had no time. Didn't pout. Kind of, I love that he's from a big family of brothers that, that are all athletes. So he knows that team environment. He's been the grunt of the pack the whole way. So that creates a little chip toughness in him. I was impressed, man. I didn't think he was going to do as good as he did, and he proved me wrong. And I look forward to seeing him being able to get to work with Josh McDaniels and his scheme to watch him really flourish.
I know you are obviously intimately familiar with Josh's scheme. It was when you came into the league, it was Josh, then Billy O, similar scheme, obviously. Then Josh.
Billy O, then Josh.
Then Josh again, right?
No, I had Billy O first year.
Oh, was Josh gone? Josh was gone. Josh was gone in 09.
We played him in Denver.
Got you. But the language was pretty much similar for you all the way through. Do you have any concerns for Drake if the language changes on him? Can that be, from your understanding, again, I know you were basically in one system, but can that be a significant change for a guy?
That can be, but I'm sure McDaniels is going to, a lot of these college guys that come into this program, I remember when we were playing, we started incorporating these NASCAR terms where you would say one thing and it told everyone what to do, which for me, it took a learning curve because I was so used to hearing 0-out slot finger ride, 134 FOI, and then now STEM means all of that or whatever, the key word was. So I think there's going to be a learning process on that, but there's no better coach to get you prepared for those types of things than Josh McDaniels and the staff he'll come up with. I never thought we were ever out prepared. And that's what a coach's job is to do, is to prepare the guys, to make them feel like they know everything that the coaches know, and you talk in that same language. So, will there be a little curve? I'm sure there will be, but I'm pretty confident Josh will give him as much as he needs. He's not going to just open up the whole playbook. That playbook started with Charlie Weiss 25, 30 years or whatever, how long ago it was. And by the time it got to me, and in my beginning of my career, it was completely by the time I got to the end of my career. So there's always constant involvement, and that goes into, the process of scouting players who can handle taking in information from the classroom to the drill to the 7-on-7 to the team. Like, that's all part of the process of getting the right guys in the building.
We're talking to Julian Edelman. Julian, do you root against the Kansas City Chiefs and their success right now, the way all of New England is rooting against the Kansas City Chiefs because they don't like the comparisons of the Chiefs and what they're doing to what the Patriots did in your time and what Tom Brady was doing 20-plus years ago? Everybody here's rooting against them. Are you?
Well, considering if they win, my Super Bowl appearance fee is probably going to go down 20% because we're not as cool. But, I'm not a hater. I think they do things the right way. You know, it's very similar to when we were at the top. Everyone wanted to see us fall. I love Patrick Mahomes and the kind of guy he is, the leader he is. Andy Reid, he's a great coach. And anytime you get to see history, it's pretty cool. So, I'm not rooting against him. So yeah, I'm not rooting against them.
Are you rooting for the Eagles? Is that a nicer way to put it?
I'm rooting for a good game. I'm rooting for Saquon and A.J. Brown. I like those guys.
How close is the Brady versus Mahomes debate in your mind?
He goes out and wins this. It's getting closer. The only differential will be Brady had three Hall of Fame careers, damn near. And he had to deal with. The Chiefs haven't really had an adversity to overcome quite yet. Yes, they've had some injuries to some lower name receivers or this, but their big three, no one's gotten hurt. Kelsey, Jones, and Mahomes. I want to see once they have to retool the ship, how they're going to be when Mahomes is going to play past Travis Kelsey and Chris Jones. So can he find another band? We had to go through so much stuff, and to see Tom be able to compartmentalize through murders, back injuries, spy gates, this gate, that gate, and still perform at a high level, that's something that is still keeping him above. Patrick, though, he's well on his way if he continues to sustain the success, but he has to do it a lot longer.
Julian, how strange is it for you to watch Bill Belichick going around the country recruiting high school players? Now, Bill Belichick to college coach. What goes through your mind when you see those types of things?
It's weird. It's definitely weird. But if there was a time for coach to ever go to college football, I think this is the time to do it because it's essentially pro football now. The free agency period is basically the transfer portal. The draft is high school, which you get to pull from more guys so he can get more of his guys without having a draft pick if he can get them. So at this time and place, it makes a lot more sense than it would have 10 years ago. And I'm excited for Coach. I think Coach, he knows how to project players. He projected me as a receiver. He got Gronk, Hernandez. He's everyone talks about him not being a great GM. He's only had some of the best defensive players of all time, the best football player of all time, best tight end of all time. So, the guy knows how to find a couple guys. Now, we all talk on the back end of his career. It was a little rough with some of those receivers we picked. But, hey, even a blind mice finds a nut sometimes too. Or cheese. I was squirrel. I was supposed to be a squirrel. I'm excited for him.
Nice. Well, thank you, Julian, for taking the time for joining us today. Thank you to Angelsoft, running a Super Bowl ad that is giving people the opportunity. How are we saying this? Potty-tunity? Is that
Potty-tunity?
Potty-tunity. It's a shorter I sound.
Potty-tunity.
Yeah, potty-tunity. Yeah.
Potty-tunity.
Yeah.
Because
Perfect.
people.
How's it over there? Is it cold over there?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's been cold for
You don't want
several
to
weeks.
You don't.
I miss Boston. I miss. We used to walk by. You guys are in our. We used to walk by you guys all the time, right? When we go out to practice.
Oh, you
Sometimes.
guys used to occasionally be in the facility.
That's the other one.
Yeah, it's okay.
Messed that one up.
That's all right. Hey, how's Frank doing? Will you tell him we were asking for him?
My dad still watches you guys. My dad has his TV somehow. I think we still have satellite in Redwood City, California, where my dad watches you guys, Corinne, Tom, everyone. He's watching all Boston.
Love it.
He thinks he's still part of it.
Love you, Frank.
He is part of it. You tell him we said that. Jules, well, hopefully we'll run into you in the Super Bowl, and Zoe will be rested and ready to say hello.
I hope so, too. Good to see you guys.
Thanks, Julian.
All right, take care. Julian Edelman joining us here on Zolak and Bertrand.
Hey, if you like that clip, check out more videos from Zolak and Bertrand right here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.